So I did a little semi-permanent upgrade potential to the trailer recently. So you see how it's all chicken wired in right here. And I used to have it like that all the way around to the sides. Had it on the front, had it all the way around the sides. But an unfortunate problem with that is it's right in line with where the rear tires are. And since I have no mud flaps on here just yet, I'd like to put some short ones, but I don't even know if I'm going to do that. Uh, that whole area on both sides of the trailer was getting smashed. Every time it rained, every time it snowed, every time we were on the dirt roads, the whole inside right here on both sides was getting filled with dirt, sand, snow, mud, whatever we were driving through. Everything was getting kicked up from the tires and going right into the trailer. And I know you can't see it very well, but let me show you. We have a little access hole right here for the kitties to come in and out. I know it's not pretty, but it works. And when we're driving, all of that sand, snow, mud, rain, whatever was getting kicked into the trailer and flooding out and drowning out the trailer with all the sand and the mud. So I was at Home Depot one day and they were having a sale on a bunch of this cheap 1/8 inch, I don't know, whatever, press board, I don't know, whatever you want to call this stuff, press board stuff. And I was like, hey, what the hell? For friggin' $10, I bought a 3x5 or 5x6 sheet of this stuff, and I cut out a bunch of pieces, took the chicken wire off of both sides, and stuck this wood on here. And so far, it made a real difference. The trailer's not getting full of rain and snow and mud and sand anymore, and it's not ruining the cat box, and it's not ruining the cat food and the water and stuff that we put outside for these guys anymore. And it also kind of protects the trailer from some of the wind too. The wind's not blowing inside the trailer anymore like it was since we have that little open hatch right there. So I don't know if it's going to stay like this. I just kind of winged it up there in a matter of 20 minutes. You can see it's not straight by any means. I did some terrible cuts on it and it's up there. It doesn't look pretty, but for now, this is what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking of trying to do. I think I'm going to have to, at some point, I think I'm going to have to rebuild this front box because the wood that I used on it, really cheap, really dry rotted, and it's splitting bad. This whole thing's kind of falling apart a bit. I have to tighten down the screws on everything all the time. The 2x4s are fine. Those aren't a problem. That actually really sturdied up the trailer a lot. It doesn't look the greatest, but it sturdied up the way the trailer rode a lot. Let me know what you guys think. You got any ideas? Any upgrades? I have lots of upgrades planned for this thing. Um, you know, funds allowing. I'm not sure what I want to do to this thing yet. It definitely needs some work. It's an older beat up trailer. It's what's left of a 1982 Chevy S10, S15. Let me get under here. It's pretty beat up under here. It's not looking super pretty underneath. Those shocks are toast. They've been toast as long as I've owned it, so it's been pretty much riding on the leaf springs as long as I've owned it. But surprisingly, it doesn't bounce around a lot, which is nice. It does really good off-road. It's got the stock axle in it, and I'm assuming whatever 373 gears or whatever this thing came with. Rides really good. I want to upgrade some tires on it. I'd like to upgrade the leaf springs. It needs bushings on the leaf shackles and everything. I want to some point sandblast this thing and recode it because it's got, I don't know, 20 years or whatever of East Coast rust on it. This was a East Coast truck. I guess the previous owner drove it around New York a lot, so there's a lot of body rot and stuff on the bed. I'll get there eventually, one little day at a time. So far, upgrades have been, I wired the trailer lights up, these factory lights on the trailer. They work. I have those wired up. Not the prettiest in the world, but it works for now. This is a work in progress trailer. The catio's built on, the topper's put on. I got this awning that I kind of ghetto rigged up here for summer times. And it also works good for blocking the sun in the morning when the sun's facing this side of the trailer in the morning. Solar panel up top. It works. Not very fast because it's an old panel, but it does work. Stock Chevy wheels. Another thing I want to do is try to retrofit a water tank or something on here. Try to make a outdoor shower or water spigot set up because there's a ton of room right up and through here, right in front of the diff and all the way to the front of the trailer, that I think would be awesome for water tanks. Set up a water spigot where the fuel door is. Somebody welded the fuel door shut when we got this, but I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm trying to make this as much of a self-sufficient little trailer as I can. I've got a little bit of power. I want to get better solar panels, better battery setup. I've got a small inverter, 750 watt, that I want to try to use for now. I'll eventually upgrade that at some point. And I'd like to do some upgrades on the truck too. I don't feel like the truck needs a whole lot of upgrades, but it needs work. I'd like to put some kind of front bumper on it, do some kind of winch bumper, try to get a Badlands 12,000 at some point. As you can see, I need a steering box pretty bad. This thing's, I ghetto rigged that years and years ago, and so far it's been holding up just fine. I need to upgrade this trans cooler because it's leaking again. I want to fix my hook because I bent that, being stupid. I have a farm jack, and I tried to lift the truck from the hook like a moron and bent the crap out of the frame right there. I'd like to upgrade the grill at some point. Tires are decent. I need to get CV axles because I broke this one a while back. Four-wheel drive still works, I just don't have that axle. I've been debating for years on fixing this door, but never got around to it. Just upgrades I'd like to do to this thing. I need shocks, probably just basic maintenance upgrades. I need to do the transfer case oil again. Little things. Need to fix that. That happened recently. Dry rotted and cracked on the window seal. Thankfully it doesn't leak though, which is really, really nice. So that hasn't been a problem. I upgraded to LED taillights on this thing about, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago. I was having major problems with the circuit boards where I was losing the rear brake lights all the time. I'd lose the rear turn signals, lose the rear brake lights. I got pulled over a couple of times for it, and thankfully PD was really cool about it because I could show them that I could make them work. If I got out and smacked them, they would start working again. But after about the 150th time of having to smack them to make them work, I finally said screw it and spent the $100 on Amazon and bought these lights, and haven't had problems since. Hey, look, we got a Taz. What's up, Taz? What you doing? Yep, Tazzy's out. He wants to be out and go for a walk, and I'm doing this right now. Give me a minute, Taz. I'll take you for a walk. 1999 Chevy Suburban Vortec 350, 4L Slippy 60 transmission. 4x4 works. The truck drives great overall. 314, 15,000 miles on it right now. Starts up and drives and runs every day of the week. This is our little setup, our happy little world right now. We'll eventually do some upgrades when funds allow, and whenever those times come, I'll definitely make sure to film it so you guys can see it too, because, you know, this is what I started the channel for, is to show this truck and go off-roading, enjoy these views, and live life as happy as possible. I got 3 kitties and a doggo that live with us and an amazing happy wife, and I intend to keep it that way, have as many adventures as possible, and take you guys along for a ride. Mr. Taz, come say goodbye to everybody. Come here. Hi, Taz. Say goodbye. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Clocking out now.